welcome back to Sip and Chat. If this is your first time joining, thank you for tuning in. Here on Sip and Chat, we sip on a little something, whatever that may be for you, and then we chat about different travel topics. And I know this setup looks a lot different than my normal Sip and Chat setups, but me and Unique were driving down to Columbus, doing a day trip, road trip, which I'll be posting that video, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that. But we was talking and was like, why not just record? So make sure you grab yourself something to drink so we can sip and chat. I'm sipping on a Pope smoothie here. It's an Elite 8. It's pretty good. And Unique, you have what?
I have a kale cacao, so it's kale, and I can't remember what else, but I had them add blueberry. It's a nice little fun color, and it's pretty good.
So we are going to be talking about family travel today, and when I thought about this topic, I thought no other person than my best friend would be great for this topic because she has a large family. So we're going to see what are some of her tips and tricks about planning family travel, and then y'all got to make sure y'all watch her YouTube channel as well. I'll go ahead and put her YouTube channel here up on the screen, so make sure y'all check her out because she do family trips, so it's perfect. So let's dive right into today's topic and the first question, which is family travel. So Unique, how do you go about even like planning a trip for 7 people? Like, where do you even start? Do you think about buying your airfare if y'all are going to drive? Or are you going to find a place to stay first? Like, what does that experience look like?
So I would say right out of the gate, I'm a selfish planner, so I love Disney World, so more than likely that's where we're going as a family.
Okay.
If we're going somewhere, anything closer than Disney World, we're definitely driving. And 9 times out of 10, even if we're going down to Florida, we're driving. We live in Cleveland, Ohio, so that's like a 17-hour drive.
Damn, 17. I can't do the 17, man. That is such a long drive. Kudos to y'all. Kudos to y'all.
So tip for driving, if you are driving and you're doing one of those long haul drives, I don't know if I mentioned this, but we have 5 kids.
Okay.
The oldest now will be 14, the youngest will be 5, but when we started traveling, the youngest was not even 1. So a tip for traveling with a large family like that is do it overnight. Get in the car after the kids go to sleep and then start your drive. And if you're driving with another adult, then you can do your switch. One person can get a nap or honestly sleep all through the night, and then you guys can switch and finish the rest of the trip in the morning.
Okay.
That's less stops for the bathroom. That's definitely less stops for food. No noise.
I wouldn't even thought about that. Like driving at night, yes, for sure, because definitely like the less traffic on the road, so you don't have to like have that anxiousness of driving and watching everybody. But I didn't think about the whole like less bathroom stuff. Like granted, the kids being asleep because I don't like unnecessary noises, and we know I know kids be playing and tit for tat. So the fact that they're asleep and don't have to go to the bathroom is definitely a great tip. I didn't think about it. Good tip.
Yes.
Good tip.
And as far as where we start at, I would say for me, because I'm not flying, the fluctuation is not going to be as much of an issue. But we do still check for deals, like with the hotel. We'll start with the hotel, or we'll start with the destination. So say if we're going to the parks, we'll look at what the park ticket price is. And if the park ticket price fluctuate, we'll pick a day when it's kind of low, and then we'll start looking at hotels.
So do it fluctuate based off of like the day of the week, or is it just the season?
Yep. Okay. So if it's like if it's holiday season, you know the ticket's gonna be high.
Right.
So we like to go in the off season. And another tip, I don't know, this is kind of dependent on the family how you feel about taking your kids out of school, but I will write notes to the teachers and I will pull the kids out of school to do our family trip, depending on the parent. But I've in the past written notes to the teachers, told them I was taking the kids out of school for the week for a family vacation. And a lot of times, especially if they're younger, the teachers are okay with that because a road trip is a learning experience. So make sure you get your kids assignments, let them know you're pulling them out of school because you're going to get cheaper rates, you're going to get less crowds, you're going to it's just going to be an overall easier experience because you're not selfishly, again, you're not around everybody else's kids. I can deal with my kids. I don't want to deal with everybody else's kids.
Exactly.
you've got those relationships with the teachers, since they have more teachers at that point, then you would kind of have to take the same route. If they're going to be missing out on something big, I wouldn't recommend it at all. But definitely in those younger years, that's a good tip. It's like the hotel pricing and stuff like that. Tia is the guru on that for sure.
Man.
But I am always one to book and always keep checking. And if I need to cancel and rebook, I'm good for that. Because by the end of the trip, by the time we get ready to go, I found it cheaper 3 or 4 times. So always check that.
So with that, I'm preparing for a vacation, y'all. So y'all see those videos too. But one of my vacations that I'm preparing for, I recently kind of just ran into that same situation where I have booked my hotel and then I was looking for something else and it was like, oh, let me go look at this, and then I seen that the damn price had went down. And being in the hotel industry, I ain't gonna lie, most of the time, the closer you get to your destination or the time of your vacation, the rates don't normally always go down. Most of the time they go up, to be honest with you. But I happen to call mine cheaper, and because I had a non-refundable rate, they was like, well, they wouldn't give me the difference back in like cash, but I got the difference back as a credit. And since I'm gonna be staying on the resort, I was like, I'll take that because I'm gonna use it. We're not gonna lose it. We definitely not gonna lose it,
That's
y'all.
sipping chats right there. That's your drinks.
We're not losing nothing, y'all. I know I'm frugal, so we're not losing nothing. But that is a good tip. Check the prices as you are preparing to get ready to go into your vacations and stuff, like the closer it get. And like she said, even if you have booked that hotel that is refundable, so you can cancel it and go ahead and rebook it or book a different hotel in general, do that. Or like in my instance, like I said, my hotel rate was non-refundable. And I just called the hotel. I emailed the hotel and was like, hey, I see the rate went down. What can we do? Like, we got to do something. So they were very generous enough to give it to me in the form of a credit. So I can't wait for that trip, y'all. Y'all got to make sure y'all watch that one. That one's going to be good. Both are real budget-friendly type people.
Go.
And let me tell y'all, we're not going to really be spending nothing too crazy. Now, depending on what it is, you know, we'll see. But
because Tia got some expensive taste. But the thing is, you have to be able to buy the things that you want as opposed to spending money on stuff that's like, I'm not just giving you money just to give you money.
I'm not.
Especially when I know what it should cost.
And I am a very, very great traveler, hence the page. I'm going to tell y'all what it is. Like, certain stuff I'm just not paying for. I'm just not. Do you pack snacks and like sandwiches and stuff like that? Like, what we doing for food? Because that could get really expensive if y'all stop and eat all the time.
So I don't pack a full cooler. I pack cooler bags.
Okay.
We take grapes, which is, you gotta be careful with grapes because that's fiber. But we pack grapes. We make a couple sandwiches, cut them up so that kids aren't eating whole sandwiches at a time because they're gonna want a snack. So you cut your sandwiches up, bag them up, and my husband, he likes beef jerky. So right, so it's kind of intense, but beef jerky, grape sandwiches, and I try not to have colored beverages in my vehicle, so it's just straight water. And then for me, if I'm driving, I will grab myself something with some caffeine in it, whether it be a coffee or a Pepsi, and then we hit the road, and that's it. And I don't give them stuff to dig through. I wait a little bit and then I say, okay, snack time, and then hand everybody a snack. Wait a couple more hours, okay, snack time, hand everybody a snack.
That makes sense because we know kids will just run through some stuff just because it's there. And you'll be like, we only made it 3 hours out of the damn Ohio, and you're talking about what we about to eat. You ate it all. You ate it all. So now you gotta wait till we get to Florida.
Exactly.
All right, so we got how you should travel. We know how you book your hotel. So do you, I probably should ask this a little bit before, but for as the packing goes, like, do you pack the kids' clothes or do you let them pack? Like,
oh no.
What is that? Like, how you keep that organized? You got 5 kids.
Strategically. And now, not only do we have 5 kids, we got 5 dogs.
Man,
so
and you want to take all 5?
We've traveled with actually 6 kids because I took my nephew. We've traveled with 6 kids and 2 dogs before. And then you gotta take the kennel, you gotta take the puppy pads, you gotta take the dog food, you gotta take the portable bowls.
Dude, that's a lot.
You gotta take everything. So we gotta pack for the dogs, and then I always pack for the kids. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I do. Don't judge me, but I pack. So you know, everybody under the cabinet or somewhere got those Walmart bags that you get from the grocery store, the giant eagle bags, wherever you shop, Publix. I don't know where y'all shop.
Yeah.
I take everybody's clothes, from socks to underwear to everything that they're wearing for that day, and I have 5 outfits in one Walmart bag, and I write Monday on there.
Okay. So that's 5 outfits for each one of the kids?
No, 5 outfits. Yeah, for each one of the kids. So I got Christian, Braylon, Dylan, Avion, Tegan. So everybody has one outfit in a Monday bag.
Okay.
And then I pack a Tuesday bag, a Wednesday, a Thursday, however long we stand. So when I pull out that bag, everybody get a Walmart bag. You can get some fancier bags, but when I pull out that bag and set it out, everybody come grab y'all clothes for the day, get dressed, that's it. And then I do a separate bag for sleepwear, and then a separate bag for swimwear.
That's
nice. It's so easy because I'm not thinking about who got to shuffle through their bag. I don't take 5 bags of luggage. I take a bag for me and my husband, and then depending on what type of clothes the kids are wearing, 1 to 2 bags for all 5 kids.
Oh, that's not bad.
And
I like
everything.
that whole writing on the bag and got all the kids stuff in one bag. Cause if y'all don't have these grocery store bags, but I know y'all do, so don't act like y'all don't have these bags. Everybody got these daggone bags. Even if you got the reusable ones, you
or
got
if
a
y'all
bag.
shop Shein, grab a Shein bag, tuck that stuff in there, zip it up, have a Monday bag, like whatever bag works. Or if you want to buy something fancy,
like the cubes, like I do like cubes, y'all. So if y'all got some of the cubes, y'all can definitely probably fit it in there.
Now, are those the sealed, like the vacuum sealed ones?
No, but I have been looking at those.
Okay.
But no, it's just like the regular like mesh cubes. So I have some that I used to travel with, and it kind of helps condense the clothes. So I can put a whole bunch of stuff in there, zip it up, and I'll be good to go.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna have to look into that Monday bag.
Those are nice, like, and they normally come in sizes. So it's normally a small, medium, large, and maybe an extra large.
Okay.
So it might not 100% work for your day of the week, but you never know. You can definitely try it out. So the cubes, the budget friendly, use the reusable bags from the grocery store, y'all. Don't play like y'all don't have them. Cause I ain't been in a damn person's house that ain't got
a bag of bags.
no daggone bag under the sink, under the counter, in the drawer.
Yep.
Y'all can roll them up real fancy. I done seen some YouTubes on rolling them up fancy and putting them in a damn bag to pull out. At the end of the day, it's still a Walmart bag.
Or you know what else you can do? This is another thing I learned, and it's totally off the travel. But then bags, take an old Lysol thing that you put your
pull them out.
Oh, that's
trying to be fancy.
Yeah.
It's still a damn bag. Put it under the counter. Do whatever you gotta do.
Yep.
Yes, I've seen that one too. But
and shoes, when it comes to packing shoes, if we going to Florida, you need 1 pair of shoes. I'm not 1 pair of shoes necessarily, but to be honest, I buy everybody Crocs or some sort of shoe that if it gets wet, it gets wet. If it get dirty, it get dirty. And they can wear it with whatever they wear. So it's either gonna be something Crocs, Birkenstock, something like that, to where you just slide it on and go. Yep. And
that makes life easy because as an adult, I'ma say, y'all, you know, when we travel,
you gotta have.
I might have about 5 pair of shoes. Like I got 2-3 pair of heels. I got 2 pair of kicks. 1 kick I did wear to the airport, so I only had to pack 1. But I know you got about 5 pair of shoes. I ain't even gonna hold y'all.
And it sucks because I gotta have a pair of tennis shoes when we go somewhere. I gotta have a pair of sandals. I gotta have something if we're going out somewhere without the kids.
You need options.
But the boys are getting older, so I can't necessarily get away with that as much now.
They probably still want
They're
their
like,
tennis shoes
I want to take my shoes, and mommy, I don't want to wear those 2-strap shoes with strap in back. Like,
who wants to wear those? Who wants to wear those?
This is mainly tips for when they are little, because once they get a mind of their own, you pack your own bag, but you still gonna be in that Monday bag with your outfit. But you pack your own accessories and put them in your book bag.
Yes.
But yeah, I try to keep it so minimal so that I'm like doing all the stressing before we get out of town.
Yes.
And then when we get on vacation, we can actually vacation.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing about vacations. Like, one thing for sure, two things for certain. Tia is going to plan. I am a planner. Like, I don't want to go on vacation and really think.
Yep.
It's as oddly as that sounds. I want to go on vacation, enjoy vacation. I want to see everything. I want to do everything. I want to have it all planned out. Like, I know from Monday to Sunday what my itinerary is going to be. I know somebody gonna pick me up. I know somebody gonna drop me off. And I know I'm going to eat at some point. Maybe. Y'all know I don't really like to eat that much either. So it just really depends. But planning is key for me so you can enjoy the vacation. I try not to use the word hate, y'all, because it's a very strong word. But when I tell y'all, I strongly cannot stand when I go on vacation and someone like, so what we about to do? What do you mean what we about to do? Why don't you know this? Like, don't use that sentence with me on vacation, because that burns me up inside. I cringe anytime I hear it, because I mean, you wasn't prepared. Now I'm sitting here bored for 2 hours looking on Google what we about to do, and don't nobody fucking know. I can't stand it, y'all. But I digress.
I was about to say, that was a little rant.
I digress because I've been on trips like that, and I be like, I don't even know
why
why
we
I'm
here? Why we here?
I don't even know why I came. Like, clearly.
We could have looked at each other at home.
Could have. Y'all in y'all phone scrolling on Instagram, and I'm talking about what we about to do, and y'all like, I don't know. What I come on this trip for?
Yeah.
So, all right. So we got our packing. We on the road. We eating our sandwiches. So now y'all get here. Do you do Airbnbs or strictly hotels? Like, how do you end up deciding on that?
So we've done both. And as far as getting down, we're definitely taking a rental car. I took my own car one time and got back, needed new tires, oil change.
Oh. Yeah, that's a lot of miles. That's a lot. That's a lot. I can't.
Definitely rental car. But when we get down there, the first time we went with the kids when they were little, if you big on trips like this,
sorry for the shaking, y'all. Y'all can see me driving, so y'all gonna have to like bear with us a little bit for that.
if you big on trips to that's the word, right?
Yeah,
yes. Okay.
Destination.
It sounded weird when I said it. Destination places, it'll be a lot of perks for staying on site. Like if you go to Universal, they got on site perks. If you go to Disney, they got on site perks.
Okay.
So we stayed on property so we could get into the park early, meaning we stayed at an actual Disney affiliated hotel.
Okay.
The first time. And we got to the parks early, we did what we did. But to be honest, the benefits of staying on property now with as big of a family as I have is not worth it, because the hotels are small, the hotels are not as luxurious as you would get if you paid less money somewhere else.
Okay.
So we moved more towards Airbnb and love it and will not look back. For a family that big, you gotta do Airbnb.
Yeah, and I can see that because like everybody can kind of get their own space. Y'all not crowded. Y'all not getting aggravated with each other.
Say like, you just gonna sleep here. No, that I don't have that idea when it comes to where I'm staying. This is just as much a part of my vacation as whatever we're doing outside of this room. So this has to be comfortable. And think about the expense. If you have a large family, you might have to get 2 or 3, depending on the hotel, rooms that connect, like 2 rooms that connect. So you just pay double the cost for one night, where you could have paid maybe a quarter or a third of that and got a whole house with 5 to 6, 7, 8 bedrooms.
Yeah.
So definitely Airbnb. Plus the dogs can come.
Yep. I forgot about the dogs. I forgot y'all got one.
So you got an Airbnb. You have to. And when you find one you like, it's so many varieties with Airbnb. But if you're a frequent vacationer, you go back to the same spot and you find one you like, book those days out early and say, okay, if I'm coming back next year, let me lock in with the same Airbnb that I had, because I know it's going to work for me. Yeah, because Airbnbs can be hit and miss.
They can.
Want to kind of get the lay of the land, make sure you're in the area you want to be at, which is a segue into the conversation we had about you booking this hotel for this trip you got coming up.
Yes, dude, like, I don't know. Like, if I was doing family trips or vacations in general, y'all, when you look for a hotel, one tip I would suggest doing is to use Google Maps to actually look at the surrounding area of that property. Like, granted, yeah, you look at the reviews, you look at the pictures that's online for that particular hotel, but I don't think anybody ever tells people, like, look at Google Maps, like, see what's really over there, because you'll mess around, you'll be like, oh my God, this hotel is amazing, and you get there and you sitting in the middle of the damn residential area.
Yeah.
I'm a tourist. I want to be feeling like I'm a tourist, not sitting next down to Jane Doe talking about, girl, what time you about to go to work? I don't want to do that. So, you know, you rebook, because that's what I did for this next travel that I got coming up. I was like, oh no, we're not doing that. So look at that. That is, if that's one tip I have, check Google Maps, y'all. Check that surrounding area, because you will find out a lot more from that sometimes than you will from pictures. But all right, so let's get back to this family travel. So, like, when y'all decide to go to the parks, like, are y'all only going to all the touristic type parks, but Disney or Universal, or do y'all like find other stuff to do when y'all go? Because, like, I know sometimes if you do a large family trip, it's like, oh, I want to see all the excitement stuff. And granted, that's good. Like, we want the children to experience that and stuff like that. But we also have to be mindful of the budget. And I'm not saying, you know, go ahead and take a kid down to a destination, and then y'all talking about, well, let's go to Walmart. Like, nah, that we could have did that at home. But do you find other fun activities that might just be in that particular area that they can do, or is it strictly Disney or Universal activities only?
So we do a little bit of everything, and one of our favorite things to do, especially the kids, is something that Tia actually introduced me to, because she planned our senior trip to Disney single-handedly, pretty much, for our whole entire senior class. So this is a planner right here for sure. Stick with her, she knows what she's talking about. But one of our favorite things to do while we're down there in this huge tourist bubble is to go a little bit off property and go to a place and near Kissimmee, and what is that, Old Town? It's called Old Town.
Yeah, it's like a little not a plaza, but like similar to a plaza,
like a strip.
Yeah, a little strip section.
Activities and restaurants and stuff like that, a couple shops, and they do a car show multiple times a week, and the kids love to see the muscle cars. They love to see the old cars, and it's a part of our trip every time, and it's free. Oh. It's free. Free is the key. Yes, it's free. You enjoy the environment. You watch the car show. If you decide to get food while you're there, like, it's restaurants, pizza, it's carnival style activities, go karts, stuff like that. Fun. But you know, you paid a little ticket price if you decide to do that stuff. Yeah. But the actual main event, which is the car show, is free. And we like to do nature parks. Okay. So if we just having a day where we don't got nothing going on, let's go explore what the nature parks in Florida look like, because they're gonna have different wildlife. Yeah. Like, it's just something to do that you're not spending a bunch of money on. Of course, you want to do the tourist stuff, but you can also get that feel. And if your kids are small enough, you can get away with it. And you can do things like City Walk. You can do things like Disney Springs, where you're in that area, so you get that feel, but you also not paying that ticket price to walk around a crowded park and maybe do a couple rides and be frustrated. Yeah, so is Disney Springs the downtown Disney? So I used to work at Disney, y'all, for a little stint. I did an internship when I was in college down at Disney. So they call it Disney Springs now? It's called Disney Springs. It definitely is a revamp of downtown Disney. And the rebranding. Yep. Shout out to Disney, but I love working at Disney. And we will still... I'm a Disney nut because of her. But, well, actually, I was Disney nut before that. My auntie promised me from 2 years old that she was taking me, and I got support. Like, you ain't gonna take me, I'm gonna take myself. But yeah, so do those things that don't cost a lot of money, that you still kind of get that experience. But then, like, instead of maybe doing 6 days in the park, maybe just do 2 or 3. So you still got those days to look forward to. And I always like to save the bang for close to the end. Okay. Like, lead up to the thing that's gonna be your wow factor. If you gonna do a day at Magic Kingdom, get those fireworks in before you get ready to get back on the road, so you can leave with that last wow impression. Experience. Yeah.
any like? I about to say, do y'all do the? I know some like meal plans. Like I think you can buy so you can be able to just kind of get what you want.
No.
Or no.
We eat in the park, and when I say we eat in the park, we eat out of my book bag in the park because.
I'm thinking she's talking about they eating in the damn park, y'all.
We've done the big restaurants. We've eaten at Ohana and saw the fireworks. We've eaten at Be Our Guest, which is the restaurant that's got like oh my god, why can't I think of her name? Beauty and the Beast and all that stuff.
I was singing it in my head, but I was sipping, so it wasn't coming out.
We've done the big things, but we don't do it every time. If we're gonna pay for a meal, we're gonna pay for that one big meal, and then the rest of the time we're gonna pack these lunches, go grocery shopping when we get to the Airbnb. We've already brought our snacks down, and if we do need to have a meal, I like to stay anywhere between maybe $10 to $15 a kid and $20 to $25 for me and my husband. So even still, that's going to be $150, $160 meal on the inexpensive side.
Right, definitely inexpensive.
And then those big meals, we spending $350 just for a dinner because we got a family of 7. It's a big expensive meal, but we're not doing it every night.
Okay.
So if you think about 7 days of just you might spend $100 a day on those nice restaurants.
Right.
And that add up to $700 at the end of the week. Whereas we're doing.
I hope I ain't spending more. I'm gonna start checking because
if you really do the math for a trip that long, and you like somewhere where eating is your thing, where I know you cheap,
baby. Because if I don't like it, it's going back, and I ain't paying for it.
But if eating is your thing, you gon' spend that money. So I look at it as instead of me spending $700, $100 a day, because that ain't gonna happen for me because my family is too big. I'm still spend that $700, but it's gonna be a big $350 meal here, and then a big $350 meal there, and then the rest of it is we might break up $150 worth of groceries for the whole rest of the week. Okay. So like, it's gonna be somewhat expensive if you have a family that big. It just is. Yeah. And you can eliminate those big dinners and just, because you can bring food into those parks. Yeah. So you can pack those lunches and still have just as good of a time if the restaurants aren't your thing. But we did want that experience. Yeah, of course. So some of it is really nice. Like I told you, I work there. So me paying to get back in there. You like been there, done that for free. Been there, done that. So, but the stuff that they have at Disney is amazing, and I will say that the cast members that work there, they're amazing, because we always want to make sure that people are getting the best experience, because we understand that people pay good money to come to Disney. So we're gonna give y'all a show. We're gonna put that show on. Can't please everybody, but we try. And speaking to the cast members, and I know this is not just about Disney vacations, it's about family vacations in general, but speaking to those Disney cast members, we've been in the park before where just them seeing how large of a family we are, coming up, asking us questions, realizing all our kids are stair steps 2 years apart, and just talking to the cast members, they'll come out with just a tray of cupcakes for free and just give all the kids cupcakes. Yeah. Because they want to make sure that the trip is special.
It is a magical moment.
Yeah, but like it's a balance. It's doing those high ticket things and also knowing where you can save money at, so that you could not come home like, okay, now we gotta refinance get a second mortgage on the house. Like, why? Like be smart about the trip.
Yes.
Be smart with your time, be smart with your money, and like enjoy, but just don't go overboard. Like,
yeah. And that's the thing, and that's why I feel like planning is such a big key, because a lot of people might go on vacation and you're there and you're in the moment and you're like, oh, just get that. Oh, it's not that expensive. But hell, you done spent your daggone rent money or your mortgage on vacation, not even realizing. But if you pre-plan in advance, hassle-free, headache-free environment, once you get there, like when I tell y'all, I literally go day for day what I'm doing, price it out, and I try my best to spend the money before I get there. So like if I'm paying for excursions, I definitely try to pay for that way in advance. So if I'm planning out a trip 6 months in advance, I probably want to definitely pay for everything I can pay for 3 months before I get there. So it just makes it easier. You know, it's like, oh, I ain't spent not a damn dollar since I've been on this vacation, but
Yep.
you already spent all of it before you got here. So like, if you can spend your money before you get down on or get on your vacation, like that, I feel like that helps out so much because you're not. I'm not gonna say waste the money, but you're not just spending money just frivolously. Like you're just not throwing money out here like, oh, get the kid this, get the kid that, or buy yourself something. Like I'm not saying don't get the kids nothing or buy yourself something, but I'm just saying just spend wisely and try to pay for everything before you get there.
Yes.
That way, as soon as they be like, oh my, can we eat? Yeah, we got a scheduled eat time at 3 that I've already paid for.
Exactly.
So we're gonna eat then. But I'm hungry now. Them snacks that we rode down here with, you better go snack on that. So, you know, just pre-plan stuff like that, and I think that will definitely help and save so much time and money. Once again, because you're not out here just moving around aimlessly. Like I ain't saying you gotta plan it down to the minute. I don't plan mine to the minute, maybe to the hour.
Right.
But not to the minute, but just having an action plan, a game plan will help you to, I feel like, enjoy your vacation that much more. And it definitely don't hurt when you ain't got to swipe a card or pull out no cash.
Yep.
Because you've already done all of that. And I feel like that's easier to budget for because you're at home and you're like paying, I'm going to put something on this one, I'm going to put something on this, or I might buy 2 park tickets today.
Yep.
I get paid in 2 weeks, I'm going to buy another 2 park tickets. Like, that's better than going down there.
Like now we gotta come out $3,000.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Don't do that, y'all. If you got it, by all means, do what you gotta do. I ain't got it like that, so
Right.
I ain't gonna be able to do it like that. So definitely think about some of the tips that Unique have shared, that I've shared. I hope it helps y'all making y'all big family trips. And granted, you can use these tips for just regular family trips. Like you don't have to have no big family. Like this is universal for everybody. Like just have fun with it. I love traveling. Clearly.
And I will say I found a way to reward myself when you setting that budget. Because I budget to if I'm going to a restaurant and I know I'm a budget for a big meal.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the high end. I'm a budget for the high end.
Yes.
So if I know this about to cost me $350 for this meal, and I come out spending $285, I just rewarded myself.
I won.
Like, cause I already budgeted the $350.
Yes.
So I'm taking money back, and I almost feel like I'm winning because that budget in my head, that money's already spent.
I was about to say, so do you still spend it on something else, or do you just bring it back home?
No, I come home with money, and I almost feel like I gained something back. And
you got something from
I was
from
trying
your
to
vacation.
pull up my spreadsheet because yes, I do have a spreadsheet budget.
Budgets, because
yes.
we are budgeters.
Yes. Look, I have a whole document called Full Vacation Budget, and it's got every vacation that I've done on here, and I can kind of show you it, but you can't really see. But like,
dude, these tips, y'all, write it down.
You can't really see too much. This is probably not a good example, but like I will put, okay, if this is gonna cost me $700,
yes,
I got $700, and then I put my deposit $350. Okay, so I know I owe that $350, and then once that $350 is paid, I got a nice little big fat zero at the end because I don't owe nothing else on this item.
Yeah.
And then say for instance, if I put the budget in at $800 for a hotel or whatever it is, and then I just got the hotel bill $685. Oh my God, I got plus money over here. Like
saying something about the hotel and splitting the budget. I just thought about this. Real random. Do you stay at, when y'all was staying in hotels, would you stay at 2 different hotels? So like, let's say Monday, Tuesday is cheaper here, Wednesday, Thursday here. Because y'all know, if y'all look at the breakdown, some hotels will tell y'all the rate changes throughout the week because of inflation. And because of holiday stuff.
Like when you go to book, so like I would look at Saturday through Tuesday, and then I would shift it from Sunday to a Wednesday, and then I would shift it again from a Monday to a Thursday, just to see which one is going to give me the best rate, and then I start booking a trip around that. And then, like I said, with Disney, when I was using those perks to get into the park early, I'm gonna go stay somewhere different that's cheaper, that I can get free breakfast, that I can get some better perks, and I'm gonna spend the rest of my vacation there.
Okay.
So I break it out definitely based on budget, and I break it out based on benefits and perks too.
What you need at that time. That makes sense, because like I have seen a lot of people, I haven't done that personally, but I have seen a lot of people that will like, all right, I want to have like a special birthday celebration or something, and they want to be real cute and luxury and all of this extra stuff, right? And they might stay at this amazing hotel for like only 2 nights because it is quite expensive, but then they'll go stay somewhere else. But I was just wondering if y'all do that for any family trips. But I think that's cool, because like you said, if you using perks for 3 days, why I'm gonna pay you for 7 and I ain't using it
and I'm
for
not
the
in
other
these
4.
perks. Yep, you're not doing nothing for me. I'm not benefiting from you no more.
Right.
And you spending your money, you should benefit. When you book a hotel, she know. When you book a hotel, you are the customer. When you book a rental car, you are the customer. If you're not satisfied, go back with them and tell them, this is not working for me, I need something else. Do not be afraid to speak up for yourself when it comes to these hotels, when it comes to these destinations, when it comes to these companies, because they are companies and they're supposed to service you. You're spending your money to do that stuff. So do not be afraid if something don't seem right to speak up.
And just especially when it comes to a hotel. Like I told you, I worked in the hotel industry for a little bit, and one of the things that used to bother me working at a hotel was like, when we go to check somebody out, and then I would ask the guest like, how was everything, how was your stay, and they'd be like, oh, it was great, but ... And I'm like, oh, why you didn't say anything? I could have moved your room or something like that, because like y'all see my Savannah trip when that lady ain't moved my room, I was pissed off, but I was too tired to argue with her. But just say something, because you never know what can be done, what can be provided to you, because I'm here to help you, or they are, because I no longer work in those industries anymore. But they're there to help you, to make sure your experience is great. So always say something versus just dealing with the circumstances. Like sometimes it ain't worth it. Like my Savannah trip, I ain't argue, but I should have. I should have, but it was what it was. So
times when we went from a rental car, and this is not, I'm not proud of this, but we have never, and this is kind of sad too, we have never booked a rental and ended up in that same rental at the end of the trip.
I've experienced that with her before.
The way she is with food, that's how I am with rental cars. You are going to give me what I want and what I paid for this vehicle. So if we somewhere and the vehicle not riding right, I didn't have vehicles, keys died on me while I'm driving. So we went from a small vehicle, just letting them know, okay, this is not what we expected, and getting with them right away to a brand new SUV, huge, with 2 miles on it, with no extra charge. Not to say just complain and make up stories just so you can get what you want, but if it's a legitimate issue, we've been in a rental car where it's blood on the ceiling. I'm not staying in this car just because you feel like this is what you have to give me. No, you're going to give me something else.
Yeah, she does do that for rentals. I will attest to that. I've been in that experience with her. Like she said, I'm the food person. Like, oh no, she don't like that. We're not paying for that. That's me, 100%. I'm not paying for nothing that I don't want or like. She definitely gonna check they ass about that fucking car.
Every time.
I be like, I thought it was cool. I didn't know.
We went to Miami. Me and her did a Miami trip, and I flew in separate, and I drove from Fort Lauderdale to Miami. I had to turn around. I was halfway down the road. I said, nope, turning this back around. I'm going to take it back. They're going to give me something else.
I'm standing there at Miami airport like, where's she at? Like, that's a 30-minute ride. She's like, nope. I had to turn around. Shit, I'm here. I landed.
You won't be getting picked up in this. They're going to give me something better. I hate to bother you, but I got to go to the bathroom.
This sipping chat about to end, y'all, because ain't no way.
Wait, look at my smoothie. I barely even drank something.
And I'm done.
But it's because, like, I refilled this, so I drink this whole thing every day, and I drink it out to like here, right? So I was like, I gotta refill it before I leave. So I drank the rest of it, and then I refilled it. And I really gotta go to the bathroom.
Well, we're gonna wrap up our shipping chat, y'all. We still got an hour left to drive.
Ooh, that's why I'm like, we better stop now. We gonna spend the whole hour.
Jeez Louise. But this has been fun. Do you have any other tips to provide these gorgeous people before you?
I don't know. I would say definitely budget. Definitely plan your day for the big stuff that you want to do. And don't make your vacation a headache that you need a vacation from.
Right.
So find time to relax, enjoy. Even if you got a big family, if you got to step away from them for a minute and get your own little time and then come back to the family, do that. But other than that, just like, yeah, take some of those tips, use them, let us know what works for you guys.
Yes, drop them comments below. You know I always want y'all to join in on the conversation, so leave a comment below if any of these help or resonate with you, or if you have any tips and tricks that you can share with us. I'm definitely happy to hear, and you know I'm gonna write y'all back. I love engaging with you all. And then I always take suggestions for sip and chat discussions or chats. So just let me know in the comment below. As always, gorgeous people, go out there, create memories.